Hi, everyone. I just wanted to reach out to you today because it is a monumental day. It is the 16th of January. And you know what that means? Well, it means that most of you have already failed at your New Year's resolutions. Yay! Now that we got that over with, let's get down to what it is you actually want to accomplish for 2020. Okay? You're not going to do it with hopes and dreams. Hope, hope, hope. I hope that it all comes true, that I get what I want. All right? That's like trying to win the lottery without buying a ticket. Okay? It's not going to happen. You need to have a plan, and it's got to be more than just setting a resolution at the beginning of the year. Okay? Now, there's three reasons why your resolutions did not pan out for you, all right? And I want to go through each of those reasons and then come up with a strategy that could actually help you get what you want in 2020. So, first reason that that your resolutions just didn't happen is that there's something inside of you that already believed that it wouldn't work. Okay, so whatever plan or whatever resolution it was that you said, there's something inside of you said that that won't work anyway. Okay, so maybe you picked the wrong thing to resolve. Okay, you picked the wrong thing. I'm not sure, but let's talk about a particular example. Since most people have health or fitness as part of their New Year's resolutions, we're going to use that one as an example. Okay. So let's say you said you wanted to lose weight in 2020 and you decided that you were going to, oh, I don't know, let's take a fad diet right now, like you were going to go keto for 2020. And you decided that that's what that's what your New Year's resolution was going to be. Well, and then you started having a little New Year's Eve toast. Okay, that made you eat a little bit more than you wanted to, and pretty soon you're totally off the wagon, right? Well, maybe something inside of you, way back, not conscious, right? The part that actually runs you, your subconscious, you actually came across this idea that it really, you're not even sure that it would work, probably wouldn't work for you. Now, that there's something that's very key here is that we need to choose goals. We need to choose plans, right? That are that you know work, right? So you have to build up a case for it. So that means that if you know somebody who's done keto or you've read about it or you've got to collect some evidence to show that it's a plan that is actually worth getting behind, right? And actually, there is some really great things about keto and some people love it. It doesn't mean it's great for everyone, but you don't know until you try it. But instead of saying that's what I'm going to do and say your resolutions, because what's the problem with resolutions? Okay, they make you feel bad if you don't do them. And we're not trying to tear ourselves down. We're trying to build ourselves up. So how do we do that? Well, we try things out. We create a plan. We have a way to get out of the plan if it's not working or if it's something that doesn't fit well with your lifestyle. You've got to have these plans have got to move. Not that you keep changing your mind about what it is you want, but plans do change. If I want to lose weight and I want to get from point A to point B, there's many ways to get there. Committing to one thing and saying, I'm going to do this and then fail at it and then feel bad about it and then run to the refrigerator and eat about it. Very, very counterproductive, right? So let's not commit to a plan that we don't even know is really going to work. We've got to set up a proper plan. And with that plan always comes an evaluation period where you decide and you look at, well, have I reached the results that I should have reached by now? And if not, what can we do to alter that plan and customize it to what it is that we need, right? So next one is that we don't believe we can actually do it. So the first one is would it actually work? We're not believing that it'll actually work. Once we have chosen something we know will work, we have to know that we actually can do it. We've got to believe that we can do it. Now, how do we actually decide that? Or how can we choose something that we know we can do? Well, of course, your past history will point to some results that will add some evidence whether you can actually follow an eating plan, for instance, all right? Or if you totally rebel against it. Okay, that was me. I hate diets. As soon as I've been told, as soon as I'm told I can't have something, what does it make me want to do? I can't stop dreaming about it. Like, I'll give you, this is a real life example, okay? I've never been a big donut person, okay? I know it's a thing and people love it and everything, but donuts have never been like really that tempting for me. But as soon as I was told I couldn't have any donuts, well, I started seeing them everywhere. And people were coming up with these very creative types of donuts and just, oh my gosh, you have to try this donut place and this new place. I'm a, really? I must try that. And I tasted it and I was like, yeah, I still don't really love it, but I'd want to still have it. But that's my rebelliousness sneaking out there a little bit. And if you're not like that, well then forget that example. But the point is that we rebel against things. We actually know what it is we can follow, what we can and cannot do. And so somewhere, either subconsciously or consciously, you didn't believe that you actually could do it. Now, let me tell you that if you're counting on self-control as being the only way you're going to get through something, you're going to be able to follow through on your word with something like that, then I'm sorry to tell you that all of us are only given about this much self-control at the first of every day. And if you've used that up by 10 o'clock in the morning, you're totally screwed for the rest of the day. You can't rely on self-control as being the thing that is going to get you through all the obstacles that come up. So instead of, that's why you always hear people talking about lifestyle change. You actually have to work these things into changes that you're going to make in your whole lifestyle, not something you're just going to do for a period of time and you're going to, white knuckle through it. Okay, that never works. So we've got to build up our belief about whether we can do something. And again, that might mean that you need to get some support. You need a coach, you need some friends, you need to do it in a group, you need a challenge. There's other ways to actually help you build that belief in yourself that you actually can do it, right? Next is this idea that the third reason why your resolutions aren't happening and didn't happen is because it wasn't worth it. Now, this is a big one because there's a little sneaky thing that happens, and I'll go into that in just a minute, but this idea that what you wanted isn't worth it is real. Let me give you an example. So if you wanted to lose weight and it was really hard and you weren't getting anywhere and you were trying to follow this diet and it wasn't happening, you weren't losing weight, in fact, you're feeling more bloated, you're feeling bad about yourself, and you just go, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm starving myself, I'm eating things I don't even like, I am doing all these things and it's not making any difference, so it's just not even worth it. Even if I were to lose 5 pounds, I just hate my life while I'm doing it. And it really isn't worth it at that point, okay? But the sneaky little thing I wanted to mention that you want to look at and question yourself about, this just comes with knowing yourself, is the idea is, are you worth it? Sometimes we disguise that as it's not worth it. Losing weight's not worth it, or whatever your goal is, right? Having a new car is just not worth it. Well, could it be that you might have a belief around whether you're worth it? Okay, so those are two different things. Yes, don't work towards goals that aren't worth it. Okay, look at that before you set something as a goal, or you create a plan, or you make a resolution, right? But also question yourself around this idea of, do you think you're worth it? I happen to think you're worth it. I think that any of the things that you've got in your heart, that is your heart's desire, is something that you deserve to have. Okay, you're not given these desires, by some higher being. It's like, ha 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 ha, you really want that, but you'll never ever get it. Okay? We have everything inside of us already that we need to be able to have what it is that's our true heart's desire. And so you really are worth having that. And again, if you don't believe that, that's your first order of business, right? You've got to start working on your self-esteem and actually take some tangible steps. And I'd love to get into that right now. That's a completely different video, but I want you to start thinking, wow, I don't believe I'm worth it. And I've got to do something about that. Without that belief, you really can't step into the life that you truly want. And that's what I want for you, all right? That's what I want for myself. I want to have my best year ever, all right? And I'm living it right now, and I want you to live yours. So instead of creating more resolutions and more ideas of what you should be doing, how about creating a list of the things that you truly want, things that are really juicy, things that will pull you towards them, right? Like, let's use this example again of losing weight. If you did lose weight, what would you do? That's the goal, not the losing the weight part. What is it you believe that you can have if you lost weight? Okay, I could go on a trip. I could fit into those clothes, or I could have nice clothes, or whatever it is you're thinking is that would lead to, that's the actual juicy goal. And there's many ways to get to a goal, right? Not just one way. So again, let's think about, and let's make a list, because you're worth it. Write down those things that you truly, truly want. Let them pull you towards them. And then come up with a plan on how you're going to get that. And you're actually going to need some support around that, because if you don't have it yet, it's because you don't have all the conscious resources yet. And you have them all in you, but you might need some support drawing out your plan on how it is you're going to actually get it. Then you create a plan, you write that down, you start taking action on that plan. And then you reevaluate and you take pivots when you need to, so you can reach your goal, because that's the idea. You want to get there. You don't want this to be something pie in the sky that makes you feel bad that you can't have it. Because we already established you're worth it. So make that list of everything you want, make a plan, and then take an action step and do it today. Because guess what? 2020 is going to go like that. And I want you to, at the end of the year, go, wow, look at me. I did awesome.